You've never given me anything without the promise of payback.
What's up, guys? I really planned on not making another video. I don't like being on camera. I've explained this multiple other times. There's way more to the story that I left out. Tommy knows this. I have no idea what he's doing. He says something, then he backpedals, says something else. He makes it out to be like me and him had the same deal that me and Chris had. That's just not true. Chris knows that's not true. You can see that he looks super uncomfortable in that clip that Tommy put out. It's just, I don't know what's going on. I can go through the list that he put out and debunk everything. There was never an option to where I could lose money. It was always, I promise you this, I promise you that. You'll always get your initial investment back plus some. No matter what, you're gonna make money on this. But since you want to try to like make me look stupid, like this was a gamble and this is just business, and that whole list that he put out, I can go through one by one and debunk everything. You want to talk about shipping? Come on, man. Shipping, you had Jeff bring the 350Z back because I wasn't going to give you the Sylvia title. I asked Jeff, face tats, if you guys don't know, he didn't get any money for bringing that car back. He drove the 350Z back. Chris, you want to charge me for shipping, for bringing the FD back. You were excited too. You were coming back with an empty trailer anyways. So don't give me that. So here's some proof right here. I can keep this going forever. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about how he has done nothing but sit here and try to screw Chris over. And Chris, you just need to get out of there. You know it's true. You know he smacked the shit out of you. It's just, it's time to leave, dude.
I just want you to run smoothly. That R32 is not
so do I.
About.
So do I, man. I just want everything to run smooth. I want you to make fucking money, and I want me to make money too. This whole thing, I told you from the very fucking beginning that I will fucking front you as much as fucking possible as long as I can get my initial investment back and make a little bit, and then that little bit that I make is gonna go right back to you to make more.
So I agree to that. That's exactly what I want to do. This is part of that investment. We need to have that shop going because eventually, once everyone's settled and everything's good and bills are in the right places, it's going to be, that place will be, the next giveaway car will be stored there, a fucking room full of parts will be there, and it will be, okay.
Okay, we'll jump back to me. Like I said, I got, for days, hours and hours and hours. I left that part of him talking about the shop because he tried to put something out saying that the shop was for me to store my cars. Why did I need a lift in Connecticut? I got proof of that too. It's just ridiculous. But we're going to jump to Chris. Chris needs to get out of there. He's talked to me before in the past about how he wants to get out of there. How Tommy just manipulates every situation, suckers them in. He probably has more money from Chris than he does me. Chris just isn't publicly going to say it. Dude, it's time to go. Here's a clip of him talking about scamming Chris over, and I cut it off right at the end because he jumps into talking about Adam LZ and personal information about Adam LZ that I don't want in there. But all these other clips, I've left plenty of room before and plenty of room after, so you guys don't think that I just grabbed one clip and like tried to manipulate it. If I put it up not edited, it'd be something like 60 hours of footage. So here's this.
Yeah, are you fucking explaining to Chris that his 20%, he's making 20% for doing nothing? He's not putting anything up front?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I have to explain that, but one thing I want to tell you, and it should be this conversation, is Chris's 20% is whatever the fuck we say. We say, Chris, you get $5 grand, that's 20%. No, I mean, I don't know. Whatever's believable. Chris, you get 10 grand. That's, you know, whatever. Whatever it is, we just make up a fucking number. We say, oh, you got 7 grand, Chris. Here you go. And he's not going to fucking bitch. He doesn't know any better. So it's 20% whatever the fuck you and I say.
Alright, Chris has not seen that clip. I've kind of, sort of told him about it, and he just doesn't believe me. So here's that proof, Chris. And if you go back and watch that clip, the R8's in there. That car sitting right there, that's the R8. So that just gives you like a timeline. And this next clip goes into talking about junk. A bunch of people didn't believe that Tommy held junk over Chris's arm. Tommy has like control of Chris beyond your wildest dreams. Okay, Chris has told me stuff about it. Tommy has told me more and more stuff about it. It's going to take me months to go through all this footage. Well, maybe not months, but it's going to take me a long time to go through all this footage and find stuff here and there. But I got it. So here's this clip right here for those of you that didn't believe me.
I said, I want to do the movie. And he said, well, I don't want to do the movie. I said, well, then you don't have the junk brand. He said, why do you think you control it? I said, Chris, is your website up? He said, no. I'm like, well, then I control it. And Strange Planet is like terrified of me because of shit like that. So
this just goes on and on and on. I got multiple things I've been talking about other YouTubers that I just don't want to put out there. I talked about it. He said a bunch of stuff about Adam LZ. Allegedly, sorry, I've been watching Hey Babe podcast. Chris went down to Florida because Tommy beat the shit out of him. There's multiple people down there that will agree to this. Tommy beat the shit out of him. Chris started calling down there looking for places to stay and immediately left and went down there. Now, it hasn't been made public, but the reason why Chris is looking for shops now is because Tommy kicked him out of there. His exact words to him from Chris was, I'm done with you. I don't need you anymore. You're not adding any value to my channel, and I'd rather have your shop as a dyno room. Which, whatever, business is business. But when Chris has made the guy, it just goes on and on and on. I don't know what he's doing. Trying to act like this wasn't the deal or something. Me and Chris's deal was, yes, I gave him the 240 for shout outs, and I bought him the turbo and the SR because me and him talked about doing something like me and Tommy did, but I knew that I'd never get those parts back. Chris is actually a man of his word, and he said, I don't know if I'd ever be able to pay you back if you handed me like 40 grand. And I was just like, well, the car's just sitting here, it's rotting away, take it. Me and Tommy's deal was nothing ever like that. I said in my last video, which, if you didn't see that video, I don't know why I didn't say this at the beginning, I'm too lazy to go back and edit it. Go back and watch my last video, because none of this will even make sense to you. But I've worked with multiple other YouTubers. I don't have a problem with anyone else. At all. Everything else is going to plan. Tommy just kept talking to me about rolling it into the next one, rolling it into the next one. Here's another clip, and I'm going to jump back in here and give you a clip about the RX-7 that he says that I owe him money for.
I am paying you back, and I'm giving you profit on things. And we talked about splitting the R32 50-50. Like, we've talked about splitting everything 50-50. I'm not going to, like, the TI and the Sylvia thing was only before we did all that other stuff. When I was like, okay, well, so you give 20 for the TI, then I'll give you back 25. You give 20 for the Sylvia, I'll give you back 25. That was in the beginning. Then, as far as I was concerned after that, I was splitting my profits with you 50-50. Once you did the Tahoe, once you did the S15, once you did the GTR, all that shit, I was like, okay, this dude's invested. I'm going to split shit 50-50. When the Sylvia goes, I'm not going to give you 25. I'm going to give you as much as I possibly can. I'm going to give you more than I'm going to get. I'm probably not going to get shit from that. Because my goal now is to get you your money back because, A, that's always my goal, and B, I don't want to hear shit like thrown in my face, like, oh, you're driving this, you're doing this.
I'm not throwing anything in your face at all. I never have. I've never said that. I have said numerous times, you give me once I get alright, that's my initial investment is somewhere around 120. It's probably more than that. It's probably closer to 130. I can figure up all the numbers if you need me to. But once I get that initial investment back, all the interest or whatever I made more than that, I said I would 100% reinvest in you. You give me 50,000 back, I'll give you 25,000 back to do something else with.
And that's fine. And that's fine. But the problem now is from now until then, we need that shop to flow things. We need that shop to keep projects. No one even knows I own the R32.
Like I've said probably 50 times in this video, I can just keep doing this. I'm going to show you a clip of him acknowledging that the Red FD was supposed to be done for free by Vargas, and he sits here and talks about all this money he's going to pay me back, and it's just, I know I'm stupid. Like, I know I look stupid for loaning this guy this money. Okay, I've dealt with that 3.5 years ago. The thing is that he always has a way of like manipulating you to thinking that you're just right on the edge. if we just rule it one more time, if we just do this one more time, if we just do just a little bit more, I just need $5 more grand to finish this car. I just need this. I just need that. We're splitting everything 50-50. Anytime I've ever asked him about like going traveling or buying a car, he always gives me some like, oh, that was paid for. Oh, the people I went and seen paid for me to go there and paid for me to stay. This and that. It's just, oh, here we go.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, he can build my black SD for free, or he can build your red SD for free. If he builds my black SD for free, I've got content, and it doesn't cost me anything. If he builds your red SD for free, I don't have shit, because then I have to sell the car, and the car I'm close to 70 without the movie. That's cake. If I give away the Kenyatta, if I give away the GTSD, you will be paid back 35, and I'll say, okay, here's profit, then we're going to do the movie, 30 grand, here's 50, like that's what I want to do. So then you're 20 on your 30, you're 20 on your 70, whatever the fuck it equals out to, and then at the end of the day I can go, okay, and where the fuck are we now? It just all needs to come together. I need people to stop fucking me around. If Chris fucks me around in this movie, I'm gonna bury him.
We just got to do it. And when you do it, I'm gonna hand you a fucking, or I'm gonna do whatever, you $100,000, whatever it is. I'm just saying, you're gonna be number one, not me. I'm just gonna be happy to have my views up, and you know, I'm gonna be happy to get the footage and get all that shit. And I'm gonna hand you that money, and this is all gonna be over. And then you're gonna go, okay, I have faith in you again. Let's fucking do this again.
Alright, I'm just gonna end this here. I mean, like I said, I can just, the list that he put out is good for me. I can just go right down that list and start looking for him talking about that and debunk everything. We'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like. Make sure you share this. Get it out there. He's a piece of shit.